What's up, Mother Hubbards? Last night was the first night this week that I've slept properly, but rest assured I'm nowhere near rational, every bit as drenched in mania, and that's going to come in handy as we approach the edge, and like a fat kid at the swimming pool, we jump and cannonball dive bomb into today's alternative paper review. Let's get it. First up to the Times, whose headline is about the post office. Oh my goodness, no! It's not about the post office! Oh my god! Oh, thank you! Must have run out of ways to slice and dice and package and repackage and paraphrase that same scandal over and over again, or maybe the journalists sent it in second class, perhaps. Anyway, today's big story is, of course, these airstrikes that are taking place in Yemen, and that's hot off the heels of the drones that targeted the US and UK ships the other day. There's rumours of oil tankers that have been hijacked. And so this is basically Biden and Sunak coming together and saying to Iran, or this Houthi group based in Yemen, they're basically saying this: now you listen to me, Houthi. If you think me and my boy Rishi here are gonna just stand back and do nothing and miss out on the opportunity to get our lagging poll numbers up this close to our respective elections by launching us into a major geopolitical military event designed to make us look statesmanlike. If you think we're going to miss out on that, oh, you are sadly mistaken. And of course, it's the same story covering the Mail, and the same story front page of the Telegraph. US and UK prepare strikes on Houthi rebel bases. Now, all cynicism aside, the reason they have to take this stuff so seriously is because even the rumour of a hijacked oil tanker, even intelligence suggesting that an Iranian-backed group might hijack an oil tanker, is enough to spook the markets. If Exxon or Shell or BP or whoever is shipping that oil through that corridor, if they think there is a reasonable chance that they might get into a hostage situation or terrorism or whatever, they just won't do it. You know, it's not worth the fines, the reputational damage, the headlines, the congressional hearings. It'd just be awkward, like, Twitter clips of interrogations, like, so you knew that area was high risk, but you sent those men through it anyway, so you could make what, like an extra $90 million? Is that what happened? But by them not shipping, obviously there's fewer barrels of oil going around, so the price of it goes up, which could spike inflation and decimate the economy. But rest assured, Rishi is saying it's all right, because remember, we've got our own oil in the North Sea. So we should be unaffected by that, right? It makes sense to drill for our own oil, so we're not subservient to politically volatile territories. Oh, whew. Close. Oh, but just as a small print caveat, the oil and gas produced in the North Sea is owned by private businesses, and it will be sold on the international market first. Oh, for fuck's sake. Anyway, while we're on geopolitics, I may as well use this as a good example to express why I don't think war, terrorism, the UK, like the West more broadly, why things won't ever actually change. But the headlines today are that the UK and the US have gone in and done the airstrikes, right? And on the face of it, you think, yeah, because there's the hijacking of the tanker and then the drone missiles on the other tanker yesterday, or maybe that was the same story, I don't know. So they're trying to right a wrong, right? But what is the actual situation in Yemen at the moment? It's people, everyday civilians getting blown up, blasted to smithereens. Like, maybe if it's not you, then it's like your brother or some guy that you worked with. People getting displaced, told to move on. And all of this is happening with British-made artillery, with planes and bombs that were manufactured here and sold on. Like, if you think the HS2 money, like, what was that, 25 billion? If you think that was a fair wedge, right, to get back into the exchequer, that is broadly how much we've made from selling arms to Saudi Arabia, who then fly into Yemen and bomb people. Like, you look at all of the horror stories of what's happening in Gaza, now pan over to Yemen, same thing. So Saudis sell us oil, we sell them weapons, they destabilize an area, those people then come to us like in boats across the channel, and everyone's like, oh, where are all these people coming from? They're coming from places that you, by proxy, are bombing. Then occasionally one of these things erupts, people go, oh, all these bombs are actually coming from the West. Maybe we should throw a few Molotov cocktails at their boat over there. And then an international incident starts. Everyone starts talking about, we need to go in and stabilize the region, work with our allies in the Middle East. But all of it always comes back to money and oil. And do you know how I know that? Because mere weeks after Saudi Arabia were like hacking Khashoggi up, on a live Skype feed to MBS. Weeks after that happened, we still signed off an arms deal with Saudi Arabia. Go and seek out the footage, like where Liz Truss is grilled about it in a select committee appearance. And she's like, well, Saudi are a key ally or something. Like, it's so uncomfortable. But that is the situation. And no, it won't change. It's just going to stay like this forever.